תבקש, יש רק דבר אחד שאני מחפש, ולא אוותר עד שאמצא, ולא אפסיק לדפוק עד שתפתח. אני רוצה לשבת לרגליך, להישאר בנוכחותך. אני רוצה לשמוע את קולך, להיות קרוב אליך, להיות קרוב אליך. כל נשימה שאני נושם, כל צעד במסע שאני הולך, כל דבר שיש לי הגיע ממך. אני מכניע שוב הכל לך. אני רוצה לשבת לרגליך, להישאר בנוכחותך. אני רוצה לשמוע את קולך, להיות קרוב אליך. אני רוצה לשבת לרגליך, להישאר בנוכחותך. אני רוצה לשמוע את קולך, להיות קרוב אליך, להיות קרוב אליך. לא להתרחב, להישאר לצדך, להישאר מחובר אליך. אחד איתך, שבשמיים. כי טוב יום בחצרותיך, מנצח בלעדיך. ואתן את כל מה שיש לי, רק להיות איתך. וטוב רק משאת נפשי להיות איתך.
יש רק דבר אחד שאני רוצה,
דבר אחד שאני אבקש,
ועל הכל אני רוצה להיות שם, במקום בו אתה נמצא,
לצידך כל ימי חיי. בביתך
במחיצתך, שם אמצע השלום, שם אמצע השמחה, שהעולם הזה לא יכול לתת לי אותה.
אתה יכול לתת לי אותה,
הוא לא יכול לתת לי אותה,
ורק אתה יכול לתת לי אותה,
רק אתה יכול לתת לי אותה,
ורק אתה יכול לתת לי אותה,
רק אתה יכול לתת.
זה רק בך
אני רוצה
לשבת לרגליך, להישאר בנוכחותך. אני רוצה לשמוע את קולך, להיות קרוב אליך. אני רוצה לשבת לרגליך, להישאר בנוכחותך. אני רוצה לשמוע את קולך, להיות קרוב אליך, להיות קרוב אליך.
Aloha everybody.
Hello everybody, how you guys all doing?
Yeah, it's good to see all you guys. I was looking in the chat during the song. Wasn't that a beautiful song? And I'm sorry, Isaac corrected me. Noble found the song. I thought Isaac did. But yeah, it's good to see all you guys. Thank you to our moderators for Tammy George, Marvalee, Terry Todd. It's
Hi,
great to
ladies.
see you guys.
Yep.
Shay.
Hey, Shay.
Stevie, Stephanie.
Stevie,
also.
Stephanie, yes.
Thank you guys all for joining us. It's going to be a great class. Noble's got
Yep.
some cool information to present today. I'll be moderating the chat, but I think we should open up in prayer.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Dear Abba, we thank you for bringing everyone here to our class who needs to hear this message.
It's fine.
Just ask that you cover everyone with protection, with your divine protection, Abba, and we ask that you bring those who need to hear this message here, even if it's not during the live stream. We just pray for all those here in our extended Ohana, our extended family, and we ask you to pour out your blessings on everyone here, Abba God, and we just thank you so much that you're a God of miracles, you're Abba, God that we can pray to anytime, and that you're always available, and we put all of our faith and trust in you.
Yes.
Please be with Noble as he shares today about some interesting things to help with our physical body's health, and be with Isaac as he's taking care of the tech. And we just pray for all those out there who are listening. We ask all this in Yeshua's name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Any events come up? Tomorrow's got a big show.
Tomorrow's going to be fun. Everybody
Yes.
watching, make sure you tune in to Zen's channel tomorrow. Hawaii time, it's 2:00 p.m. I guess that would make Pacific time 5 p.m.
3 hours, 5 p.m.
Eastern time 8 p.m.
Yeah.
He's going to be interviewing some of our friends in the Philippines called the God Culture.
Yep.
And if you've watched any of my Land of Gold videos here on our channel, I mention them, I think, in every video because they've really helped us to open our eyes to where the Land of Gold is. And I'm just really excited that Zen and his family have agreed to interview them. So
Yep.
it's going to be amazing. So don't forget, make sure you tune in to Zen's channel tomorrow. I'll be in there moderating. I'm sure Tammy George will as well. And we're going to have a fun time with our Ohana there, Tim and Anna Schwab.
Yep. Lisa, you seen the movie A Fiddler on the Roof, right? That great movie about Jews living in Russia. Well, one of the characters in the movie is a matchmaker, and here Lisa was a matchmaker because she talked to Zen, she talked to Tim,
DeJoy,
and she got them both together to do an interview, and so we're looking at the matchmaker. Now, if any single people have any ideas, I don't know. I don't think.
Not that kind of
Not that
matchmaking.
kind of but this is informational matchmaking that Lisa's done, and again, look forward to it. It's going to be a good show tomorrow.
Yeah,
So-
I'm looking forward to it also.
Yeah.
I've been trying to drop seeds with Zen and his family and
For a
with
long
their
time.
ministry, for
Yeah.
quite a while. And
And
Tim,
one seed fell and planted and it grew.
Tim and Anna actually just recently published their book of First Enoch. It's R.H. Charles translation, but it's in full color with illustrations, with maps, it's really cool. And
Yeah.
he'll be promoting that tomorrow, I'm sure. So
Yeah,
make sure you're there.
Tim and his group, they really do some good research. So,
Oh, yeah.
So kudos to them. Again.
And like Sacred Word Publishing Company, who we're in ministry with ourselves, Tim and Anna have their own publishing company also in the Philippines. So I think it was a pretty good match with Zen and Justin and Joy, Eliana and Ezra, and Tim and his crew. So
Yeah.
good.
All right. Good. Thank you, Annie. So you want to go over there and do some more matchmaking on the chat?
Yeah, you ready to present?
Yeah. I think
Not
Isaac's still
matchmaking.
single, yeah.
We're not.
Forever single.
It's better to leave it up to the Most High to do the matchmaking, from my experience.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
A lot of times that just does not work out.
I might have given you an unfair label then, huh?
Yeah, I'm not a matchmaker. But it was the Most High.
Yeah.
It came around at the right time when they just came out with a new publication. so-
Everything in God's time, right, guys?
All right, so I'm going to see you guys in the chat.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Bye, Annie. Okay. All right. Last week we started the Joseph Mercola 25 health tips for 25 years of being in, again, publication, and again, what a tremendous work he's done. A lot of good information for our physical health, and again, as a lot of times that's what I'm talking about, how we can actually prolong our longevity. And keep in mind that this is, again, the physical health is actually secondary to what? The spiritual health. Because when you are spiritually healthy and alive, then everything else follows suit. Okay, and who do we give credit to when it comes to our spiritual salvation? None other than Yeshua, HaMashiach, Jesus, the Christ, or the Messiah. And again, all the power that comes through our conversion, our becoming believers, is through the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. And again, when you think about it, it never would have happened without them. Okay? And who gets all the glory? Abba. Okay? Our Heavenly Father. So keep in mind that as we are going to be speaking about our physical health, always maintain that spiritual balance. Okay? Be in His Word a lot, as much as possible. And also pray to Him as much as possible. Remember, when you pray to Him, you're talking to God. And when you are hoping that God will speak to you, reading His Word is His speaking. Okay? Not everybody gets to hear the verbal voice of God. Not many people do, it's even in Scripture. But I'm not going to discount that God still talks to some people. Again, I just understand that we want to maintain this spiritual levity with God. Okay? But now back to our physical health. Last week we started this program, this 25 Health, and so I want to just kind of go over number one, the number one thing, and just to review the topics. Time restricted eating was number one on the list. Okay, what is time restricted eating? Intermittent fasting. All right, keep in mind that if you are able to intermittent fast, eat 2 meals a day, and put them within 6 to 8 hours from each other, and the rest of the time is for fasting, you're going to go a long way. There's so many benefits that comes from intermittent fasting. And remember, if you can intermittent fast before you go to sleep, so if your first fast is at say 2 o'clock, and your your first meal is at 2 o'clock, and your second meal comes at 6 to 8 hours later, 9 o'clock in the evening. We don't want to eat anything past 9. They say you want to eat an hour before you go to bed, and going to bed at about 10 o'clock is actually ideal. And I'm going to cover that reason why it's ideal. Unfortunately, like for a lot of people, some are really night birds. We stay up late at night. Lisa and myself, we stay up really late. Isaac, he works at night, so that guy doesn't get any sleep until he comes home at 9 o'clock in the morning. So, and yet this is a very unhealthy practice. And so I'm actually going to talk to Lisa and Isaac more about it, how we can actually implement it more for our own benefit. But I just want you to know that this is also for your benefit. So whatever we share and whatever we do, we try to do it ourselves before we try to pass it on to you guys. So just keeping in mind that we do intermittent fast. Okay, this time restricted eating is very beneficial. And again, I just can't say enough. If you want to know more about it, tune into last week's show, and I go over it and talk about it. Number 2 is eliminating seed oils from your diet. Yes, seed oils. You would think, what's so important about that? What you are, what you eat, and again, these oils will definitely affect you, good or bad. Or I should say bad or badder or baddest, because it can even come to the point of mortality where you die. These seed oils can actually kill you. So keep that in mind, okay? Number 3 that we went over last week was, okay, these are just all the cooking oils. You gotta watch the show last week. Oh, here we go. Blood flow restrictive training or restriction training. This is where you, especially senior citizens, okay, working with weights about 1/5, okay, of your strength. Say you used to be able to bench press 100 pounds. Well, they're saying, okay, just do 20 pounds. There's no injury involved, there's no excessive strain, but you're still getting the benefits of blood flow restriction training. And that benefits especially the seniors because, we have to maintain some muscle mass. That's what keeps us going, keeps us walking and doing chores around the house and whatnot. If not, and you become a couch potato, that's just bad news, okay? Number 4 on the list is sun exposure. Again, if you're able to get as much sun, at least 1 hour a day, but now that we're encroaching upon the fall season, which comes around September, October, we're getting close to it. And then winter, which is again November, December. Oh gosh, getting the vitamin D and the melatonin to be manufactured in your body is based really upon getting sun exposure. So consider getting as much sun exposure as you can now, okay? And then when it's freezing up in Cincinnati, Ohio, Tammy, you got that? Then you can come visit us in Hawaii, where we have sun even during the winter months, okay? All right, number 5 is there is an excessive amount of iron that we keep in our body. Iron does not actually get depleted in our body, and too much iron is not good for you. Okay, it's not good for you. And if your doctor says you need more iron pills and whatnot, you're low in iron, you know what? It's probably a lack of copper. Okay, really, you need to get it checked out correctly. A lot of physicians are quick to go to their blood tests and say, yeah, you got too much iron. No, okay. Try implementing copper into your diet, okay? But when it comes to excessive iron in our bodies, Joseph Mercola says to donate blood, okay? And you can read more about it and hear more about it in last week's program. But doing that will actually, again, benefit our health, okay? And lastly, we went and talked about eating enough animal protein, okay? Believe it or not, eating a good old ribeye steak, you know, is far better than eating chicken or pork. Why is that? Because chicken and pork, and again, I gotta preface this, when you eat beef, for example, hopefully it's, you know, natural, organic beef, you know, beef that was raised not in a what can I say, a beef farm where they feed them hormones all the time, because you're gonna get that from chickens and you're gonna get that from pigs, from pork, okay? Beef is actually very good for you, and the fat as well. I mean, not to say eat all the fat, but the body needs fat as well. So that's again all in last week's show. Today we're gonna go and continue the list. And number 7 on the list is sauna therapy. Yes, you heard me right, sauna therapy. Now, we do not own a sauna, and yet Joseph Mercola says, you know what? You can actually make one for about $1,000 if you have $1,000 lying around. This is actually very beneficial. Why is that? Because the health benefits of sauna therapy include detoxification, right? Remember, we take in all this toxic material from the air, from the water, from the foods, from clothing, everywhere. We're being poisoned. And again, to improve that, we need to detoxify. What better way than sauna therapy? Improve cardiovascular fitness is also a benefit. Reduce all-cause mortality. In other words, hey, it'll keep you from dying, all right? Low blood pressure, okay? Or I should say lower your blood pressure. I am actually kind of borderline, right, honey? Pre-hypertension, right? Yeah, you know, I have so much things on my mind. And, you know, really, what you think causes your blood pressure to go up and down, to elevate, especially. So keep in mind, sauna therapy does this. Reduce dementia risk. What? What does being in a sauna have to do with dementia? I guess something, because it's mentioned here, all right? Improve mental health. Hey, you know what? I need that, okay? Yes, honey?
Tammy George just said, my son is going outside with in a garbage bag.
That was Terry.
I mean, Terry, I'm sorry.
Terry,
Terry
garbage
Todd.
bag? Really? You're so funny.
That was a good one, Terry. Thank
Yeah, you comedian, yeah? You. I'm gonna have you on the show too. Let's see. Strengthen your immune system or function. That's big, okay? Especially in this C19 period that we're in. Improve athletic endurance. Wow. Reduce inflammation. Wow, that's even good. I need that. Stem cell activation. Improve insulin sensitivity and a reduction in stress hormones. Yes, you have hormones designated for what? Stress. Yes, some people have it more than others, okay? So again, it's because you know how to activate it. Somebody knows how to push your your hot button, your pressure or hot, what do they call that? Push your buttons, pressure buttons, right? All of these benefits again occur in a dose dependent manner. So frequent your sauna use, the more robust your benefits will be. The more you go into sauna, the more you benefit. And this is all new to me. I've never heard of this. So now I'll be looking into this and saying, okay, well, can I build a sauna here? I mean, I thought going out in the sun on a very hot and humid day was enough. Well, in Hawaii, it rarely gets over 100 degrees. And from what I hear, when you're going into the sauna, you want to go into something that's like 160 plus degrees, okay, Fahrenheit. So we're talking hot, hot, hot. Not even those people in Phoenix, Arizona, or those hot states can achieve those temperatures, okay? So it's more than just going outside on a hot day. Arizona, Texas, I mean, hey, Luis and Aldion, they're in Texas, and they had their heat waves, but didn't get as hot as 160. So keep in mind, that temperature has to be actually a certain level. And also, as you'll learn later, shortly, the infrared is a big player, big factor in this sauna therapy. What else is going on here? Let's see. Oh, combining sauna with other strategies, okay, such as cold water immersion. Yes, you heard me. How many of you like to take a cold shower after having a hot shower? I don't see very many hands going up there. Maybe other than Isaac and myself, because even Lisa doesn't do that. But I'm not talking about just turning the water from hot to cold when you're in the shower. Actually, immersing yourself. See, it's almost biblical. When you get baptized, is it sprinkling or is it immersion? Okay, it's not a sprinkling, not a shower. It's actually going underwater in cold water, which actually will benefit you after a sauna therapy moment, okay? So you gotta keep in mind, this is all for our physical health, all right? And I know you're probably saying, how can the body handle that from hot to cold? Well, hey, you know what? God made us really, really special. So,
Marva said Lance does that.
Lance?
Yeah.
Hot shower to cold shower? Good for you, Brother Lance. You know what? It invigorates you. It wakes you up. That's my coffee. A lot of people drink coffee to wake up in the morning. No. Cold shower does it. But this is cold water immersion. That probably wake you up for a couple months. So keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to detoxification, in order to be truly effective, you first need to mobilize the toxins. Oh, really? What's that mean, mobilize? Okay. Many of which are stored in your fat cells. Okay. Now, unless you're like Lisa and you're super anorexic, skinny, near skeletal, most of us have fat cells. Okay. And fasting is a powerful strategy that can help with this because it mobilizes your fat-soluble toxins. So what is this fasting? Remember I mentioned earlier, okay, time-restricted eating, TRE, or intermittent fasting? That's what you want to do. It'll, again, mobilize your fat-soluble toxins as well. Another form of detoxification. You cannot go wrong with that. I'm telling you. You guys got to try it. I mean, gosh. When it comes to detoxification, wait, I read that. Next, go up a little bit higher. Next, you need to make sure your detox pathways are working properly. What's that pathway, man? I mean, is it a hiking pathway, a running pathway? And that the toxins are being properly excreted. Okay, in other words, you're kicking out those toxins, okay, out of your body. Now, to avoid reabsorption, in other words, you can reabsorb. It's almost like re-drinking your bottled water. You spit it out, you drink it back in. Hey, that's gross. But to avoid reabsorption of the toxins that you're trying to get out of you, it's important to take binding agents when fasting and to sweat out the toxins. Using a near, now keep this in mind now, this is really important. Okay, the key word is near. Infrared sauna is an ideal way to coax out the toxins stored in your body. Why near? because they also have far and mid as well, but those are not beneficial like near. So if you're planning on buying a sauna or making a sauna, near infrared is what you're looking for as far as the spectrum of light that we're working with. Okay. Now, one of the articles that Mercola puts out is, again, the stunning health benefits of sauna therapy. He goes more into depth. He dives deep into, again, the benefits, and here he even tells you how you can make one for about $1,000 in your home. Okay. Now, if you ask me, 1,000 sounds like quite a bit of cash, you know. But the bigger question is, how much is your life worth? You know, how much is your life worth? And I think you could scrape up 1,000 if you had to. And think of it this way also, man. I'm always thinking about business. But if you were to make one, invite your friends and family and show them the benefits, and then charge them a small fee that'll help pay off your $1,000 investment. It's a win-win scenario. More people get healthy. You get paid for making this, especially during the winter time. Huh? It's cold out there. Tammy's saying, I'm freezing. You know, let's go jump into my near infrared sauna, guys. You know, and guess what? Beneficial. Okay. So Tammy, there's a potential business opportunity right there for you. Okay. Now this is important again, as I mentioned earlier. Far
Hello there.
infrared sauna will not produce the melatonin in your mitochondria. Okay. Only near infrared does. So that's why, keep in mind, you want the near infrared, not the far. Joseph Mercola will also detail how easily it is to convert your if you already own a sauna, it's probably a far infrared sauna, but he says he can help you convert it, you know, into a superior near IR sauna. Again, so keep in mind, okay, that this sauna therapy is actually very beneficial. Okay. Let's see. Number 8, molecular hydrogen. Let's go to this page. Any questions or comments so far? Drink break.
Barbara was saying that she can't catch her breath in cold water.
That's the whole idea.
Same
though.
here. I have a hard time.
So that's the whole idea,
It's too
though,
cold.
is that when it stimulates all your nerve endings and your body's kind of going into like a shock, that is actually what's the beneficial part of cold water therapy. You know, it's that initial shock value, but your body can survive. I mean, yeah, of course it'll be cold, but you know what? If that's gonna give you 10 more years of life, isn't it worth it? You know, you can't be in your deathbed, you know, at the hospital. Oh man, I feel terrible. Go dunk me inside some cold water. It's too late already. You're almost dead. You know what I mean? You know, that won't bring you back to life. Okay, you have to do it while you're really living. Okay, so, and who knows, that cold water and a near-death experience, that might actually kill you. I don't know. You know, don't wait. Okay, do it while you still can. All right, it's like salvation, right? Spiritual salvation. Today is the day of salvation. Don't wait till tomorrow or the next day or whenever you say, what is it? What's the phrase? I'll do it when I clean up my act. I'm still a sinner. You know what? It'll never happen.
We were just talking about water. It reminded me of our little experience yesterday at Trax at the beach when we
yeah.
decided it was finally time to get out of the water when we saw the little shark.
Oh, yeah. Lisa and I, we were at the beach yesterday after working in Nanakuli, and it's so refreshing to be in salt water. You know, it was so nice. We were there for almost 2 hours.
Your body surfing.
Well, Lisa was body surfing. I was just watching, and then some people, a couple next to us, ran out of the water and said, "What's going on?" And they went over to look, and as I was getting out of the water, there was a shark right on the shore. I mean, it was stuck on the shore. That's about 5 feet, so that was pretty invigorating. Almost like cold water therapy. Get out of the water, you know. So yeah, that was.
You'll pay.
Now you want to help a Shark Time? You come over here to Hawaii. I'll introduce you to some sharks. Okay. All right. Back to topic here. Molecular hydrogen. Okay. This is something again I've never heard of as well. But see, I'm learning and I'm growing. But you know what water is made out of, right? 2 molecules of hydrogen, 1 molecule of oxygen, H2O. So now we're just talking about hydrogen, H2, which is a gas, okay, and very unique and selective antioxidant, which affects and specifically targets the most harmful free radicals in your body. I've spoke about this in previous episodes about eliminating the free radicals, you know, and again, those are the ones that initiate cancer to begin in your cells. Keep in mind. So this means that molecular hydrogen activates your body's intrinsic ability to generate antioxidants if and only if there is an excessive oxidative stress, which is perfect as high dose antioxidants can be indiscriminate and suppress beneficial free radicals. Okay, it's those free radicals that we want to get out. If you eat a lot of good healthy foods, especially fruits and berries that are high in antioxidants, that's exactly what you're doing. You're trying to get rid of the free radicals. But the best way to get rid of free radicals is sleep. Believe it or not, the mitochondria, you know, is one of the most powerful antioxidants that you have, and it's made in your body while you're sleeping. Okay, so again, as a result, you will see improvements in superoxide dismutase, catalase, and glutathione. Glutathione. I think that's how you say it. Jeez. Well, it can also help prevent an excess of free radicals from being produced in the first place, which is a powerful prevention mechanism. The whole idea is prevention. Okay, everything is about prevention. Okay, so again, then this is again more on it. In fact, hydrogen, I'll just go down here, right here to the bottom, is shown to benefit virtually every organ of the human body. Did you hear that? Every organ will benefit from hydrogen, okay? Drink more water. And the reason for this is because hydrogen actually targets and mitigates the root causes of inflammation and oxidation, all right? Did you know that? Shucks, I didn't, but it's so good to know now. Well, all right. Any questions or comments on those, on number 7 and 8? Nope. Okay. Here we are at number 9, and hang on for a second. I want to redirect this air conditioner behind me. Yep. If you notice in the camera, I think you can see it. Oh, you can't? Oh, okay.
Stevie was asking if our AC was fixed yet.
No, we've gone to plan B. I have portable air conditioners, and that's what's keeping us cool right now. Well, so for the most of us anyway. So I'm just fearing the cost. I'd rather build a sauna, near infrared sauna, than have the AC fixed. But no, actually I love my AC too. But the portable works.
She said she watched a video about fixing AC, and she said to check the fuses. So I told her I'd tell you guys.
Thank you. I've actually gone on YouTube and looked at all of the videos when it comes to our Mitsubishi Mr. Slim air conditioning split system, and our panel said code 8, and I looked up, researched it. Code 8 is beyond me. I mean, I like to do a lot of things. I fix a lot of things myself, but I need to take air conditioning classes to be able to do code 8, you know, so unfortunately I have to probably sub it out, and that's going to cost money.
Also, Barbara was saying a word that you pronounced is supposed to be glutathione.
Glutathione. Thank you, Barb.
It's her first time in Stop the Pain. Barbara.
This is Barbarian?
Yeah.
Barbarian. Nice of you to join us.
Also known as Living now.
Living, yes. Living Barbarian. Right on. Good to have you. Good to see you. Thank you for the information. You should have been with me before when I had these massive, long, 30-letter words I was trying to pronounce. Gosh, I was such a masochist.
She's really good with pronunciation.
Yes, you are. It's really like Hebrew. You have to take it syllables at a time. And so, and you think I would know, right, since I'm a teacher. Number 9. Here, this is something I cannot testify to that I do because I'm terrible when it comes to sleep. And I wanted Lisa to listen to this, and Isaac, because this entire household does not do number 9, but we should. And number 9 is really important. It's getting enough high quality sleep. It's so important that, again, it's and yet frequently neglected by most people. Yours truly. Okay? They assume that we assume that we're beyond the rules of biology and that we can cheat. Don't you guys like to cheat and get away with it sometimes? Well, Lisa's a straight A student. She didn't have to cheat, but the rest of us did. Okay? But going to bed late and sleeping 6 hours or less, that's me, while still sincerely believing that I'm going to maintain my health, is a fiction, a fantasy, a bedtime story, really. Part of the reason why this is absurd is that each and every one of your organs has its own biological clock. Did you even know that? My liver has its own clock compared to my kidney and my heart and my lungs and my, oh my gosh, my prostate. So again, keeping in mind that each organ has its own biological clock, which helps explain why sleep is so crucial for good health. Okay? In your brain is a master clock, okay, that synchronizes these clocks and your bodily functions to match the 24-hour light and dark cycle. Well, I don't know about people that live in Alaska. Who lives in Alaska, Lisa?
She has a comment as well.
Oh,
about
okay.
that. She said, do you know it's okay that you get your number of hours within the same 24 hours, or does it have to be all in one stretch? Because for her body, for some reason, only sleeps for 5 hours at a time. That sounds familiar.
Same here.
Same with Noble.
Same here. But you know, if we can get up to 6 hours, even better. But it has to be, well, let me read this because it explains more, okay? When you upset your circadian rhythm, it's funny, I didn't know what circadian rhythm meant until I saw Big Bang Theory because Sheldon was talking about it. But when you upset your circadian rhythm by insufficient sleep, circadian rhythm is your clock, your biological clock, okay? The results can have far-reaching consequences affecting everything from mood, okay, me, creativity, me, and brain function or detoxification to, is that right? Yeah, that's right, that's correct. Okay, let me get the right one on. There we go. Can you guys read that? Yeah, there you go. Okay, to DNA expression, chronic disease risk including dementia and longevity. Helpful tips to optimize your sleep include, okay, sleep in complete darkness, okay? Here in Hawaii, that sun is bright. But Lisa, in all her wisdom, says, honey, can we get some window coverings, curtains that are the blackout type? It just totally darkens all the sun rays coming through the windows. And by doing so, again, we can sleep better and our melatonin process is not interrupted. Because sunlight or an undark room will affect your melatonin process, believe it or not. Keeping the temperature in your bedroom no higher than 70 degrees Fahrenheit. People in Alaska and the north have no problem during the winter time, right? Unless you guys are crazy with your heater, then your heating gas expense goes up like outside the roof. 70 degrees, no more than 70 degrees. Here's a big one. Eliminate electromagnetic fields, EMFs, in your bedroom, especially if that's where you're sleeping. Some people like to sleep in their living room, parlor, kitchen. All depends on your, where you're comfortable. But if you look at the first 4 programs of Stop the Pain, I go in depth into the EMFs because that was one of the things that really scared me and I wanted to share with all of you. So again, eliminate the EMFs. Keep all electronic devices at least 3 feet from your bed. I actually have to disagree with that. 6 to 8 feet from your bed. If you can actually keep it out of your bedroom, even better, okay? It says adopt a neutral sleeping position by propping your pillow under your neck, not your head, to maintain a proper spinal curve. Now, everybody knows how big those pillows are. Those are not actually good for you. What is good for you? This. Look at this pillow. Look at it. It's very narrow. Slightly filled, not totally filled, but the idea is that It goes under your neck, so your head can go below it, and you maintain that natural curve that God put into your spine just for your neck. This is the benefit of having a pillow like this. You want this, okay, because this is actually the best thing for your spine and for your body. Okay. Let's see, where are we now? Reserve your bed for sleeping. And don't keep a TV in your bedroom. Guess what? I used to have a 60-inch TV in my room. And Lisa said, why? Why? And you know, guess what? I love my wife so much, I got rid of my wife. No. Well, for a while, she slept in the other room. Then I said, oh, I miss her. Okay, I struck a bargain. If I get the TV out, will you come back? And she did. So that's why we're still happily married. I got rid of the TV. That was my
That would have been your downfall.
that was my mistress, the TV.
No, Barbara actually has a really good testimony about. I think I told you I was reading a message she sent me about how she realized she felt so much better with the EMF blocker with the magnets
Yes,
on.
yeah.
That she started turning off the breaker. You know, like, and she said she and the grandchildren are sleeping so much better.
Oh, awesome, Barbara. In earlier episodes, I talk about what's even better is to go to your breaker box, so you know where the main fuses are for respective rooms. Turn off the ones in your bedroom. Just cut off all the energy going to your bed. I mean, in other words, your plug-in alarm clock won't work, your plug-in lamp won't work. But by doing that, the energy coming out of the Romex wires, the electrical wires in your bedroom that goes to your light switch and your receptacles to plug in things, does not exist in your room anymore. And by doing that, you are actually doing your body a favor because you're not being energized while you sleep, which will disrupt melatonin process again. And we're used to it already. The rooms have no power, so we have battery lights. Now you can have lights and like alarm clocks that's run on batteries, because battery is DC power. It's the AC power, the alternating current, that is dangerous. And so thank you, Barbara, for following along with that tip, because it's a really beneficial tip. And I can only extend it to the rest of you watching this program, because it'll pay off in the long run.
Barbara said that was no problem last night because they had a full island blackout, so everything was off.
Well, guess what? That rolling blackout did you a favor. Yeah, if you can, do that. You will notice a difference. Let's see. Consider separate bedrooms if sharing your bed with a partner who impairs your sleep, or pets that may disturb your sleep. So we had to kick our cats out of the room. And then I was snoring, so she was ready to kick me out. But I don't know, something happened. I stopped snoring. Oh yeah. And this is another thing from a previous show. It's called IBT, inclined bed therapy. And you're saying, what's IBT? What's inclined bed? Guess what? The Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians even did this. They raised the head of their bed, you know, which side of the bed your head's on, they raised it 6 inches. So your bed is slightly slanted, and when it's slightly slanted, it has a host of benefits for your body as well. So again, turn the breaker off to all the power in your room, tilt your bed upwards 6 inches, you know, and yeah, just, I mean, 6 inches is if you want to go 3, 4, hey, fine, go ahead. Something is better than nothing. But what happens is see, the body has lymphatic system, the lymph nodes, okay? That drains the toxins out of your body. But in your brain, the lymph nodes do not exist there. It's called glymphatic system. And the glymphatic system is how you drain all the toxins that's in your brain, in your head. And by having that 66 inches, which is a 5-degree slope on your bed, your brain actually can drain now the toxins that are in there. So there's so much benefits. Trust me, try it out. You know, if you can't sleep, then put the bed back down. But I'm telling you, it's fun, you know. So yeah, it's fun, because Lisa and I, we're trying to crawl back up the bed every time we're sliding down. No, we're not. So as a general rule, most adults need right around 8 hours of sleep each night, which is a problem for me and for Barbara, because we probably get about 5 hours and it's like, okay, we're ready to go. Um, you don't want to get too much sleep, but you don't want to get too little sleep as well. But I say if you can get 6 hours, especially for seniors, I think that's really good. Okay. And perhaps a bit more if you're ill, pregnant, or recovering from high amounts of exercise. In other words, if you exercise a lot, good for you. And if you need more sleep, sleep in. All right? I'll call your boss in the morning. Okay? And tell him I prescribe more sleep for you. All right? Again, this is all for our benefit. And if you can swing it and do it, I suggest you try. Okay? Number 10. Well, any questions on number 9? From our active chat audience.
No, everyone's just relating all their experiences with sleeping.
Okay, good.
That's good. Sharing information.
Good. Okay. Let's see. Minimize EMF exposure. I spoke about it just earlier. Now, this is not just in the bedroom now. This is according to your life. At work, at home, at play. Watching the exposure. See, you notice it even says here, AC, electric fields from the house wiring and corded appliances. AC magnetic fields from power lines and wiring errors. This is all in the first 4 shows, the first 4 of Stop the Pain programs. Radio frequencies from smart meters, cell phones, Wi-Fi, dirty electricity, which is again, voltage spikes coming from switching mode power supplies and other things. There's so much, we're so surrounded by EMF, that's also affecting our sleep, our circadian rhythm. And you need to understand that this is the things that doctors are pretty ignorant about. I hate to use the word ignorant, but they just don't know enough. And how it applies to your physical health. Go back to the first 4 programs and learn about EMFs, and now you can start implementing more things into your home, into your work, into your life. It will save you, especially as 5G is on the rollout nationwide. And then after 5G, what comes next? 6G, 6th generation. And that's even worse. Okay, so again, watch those programs on previous episodes, and you'll get something out of it. Again, it says excess oxidative stress, opening your blood-brain barrier, allowing toxins to enter your brain. EMFs cause DNA damage, impaired proton flow and ATP production, altered cellular function due to excessive charge, and altered microbiome. Okay, cancer, neurological dysfunction, anxiety, depression, autism, and Alzheimer's are all potential results of excessive EMF exposure. You thought it was just getting old, right? Getting dementia and Alzheimer's. No. They got that way because of what they were exposed to, okay? And I'm talking about the seniors, because they lived a long time and they've been overexposed. No, overexposure to anything that's bad or toxic does not have a happy ending, okay? You want a happy ending, Princess Bride happy ending, you better get on a program and start looking at all these things that are killing you, okay? I love Princess Bride. I have to throw that in there, okay? Okay, let's see. Excessive EMS exposure and all these hazards are likely to exponentially increase with the implementation of 5G. Exactly what I just said earlier. It's coming. If it's not here already, it's coming. And you need to actually put on your shield. Okay, so spiritually, we're told to put on the armor of God, right? So spiritually, we can do battle. We can deflect all the arrows that come from Satan and his demons, his henchmen. Well, guess what? Physically now, we actually have to put on a proverbial armor, body of armor on, to protect ourselves from all the things that Satan-induced technology is coming out with. I say that because all technology comes from the evil ones, okay? When the watchers came down from heaven in Genesis chapter 6, what did they do? They not only impregnated their women and made them their wives and had giant children from them, but they also brought their technology down with them, which you would think is beneficial. No, it wasn't. It's not a part of God's plan. So it was very disruptive and dangerous, and the mortality rate went up the roof, because of the fact that it wasn't a part of what human life was supposed to be experiencing at that time. Okay, so know this, that scripturally we have to be protected and physically. Okay, ways to reduce EMF exposure. Okay, you asked about, you're probably saying, well, what kind of armor, Noble? Here we go. Connect your desktop computer to the internet via a wired connection. Right. Cat 5, Cat 6, Cat 7 category cables, wires that you need to actually wire your computer to. Do not use your Wi-Fi anymore. I think, can you aim the camera up there? Just gonna show that router. Tilting that camera. Just tilt it back. Okay. All right. So I got my son. I'm tasking him to do something really difficult. Get out of his chair.
Oh, talk about that first.
Okay. Wait. So do you see that thing up there? It's not a big black spider. Okay. It looks like a spider, but it's not. That's our wireless router. I disconnected that thing when I started teaching about EMFs because the Wi-Fi that comes from that thing is dangerous, okay? Not only that, but even from your modem, where your router is hooked up to your modem. Everything is hardwired now. So from our modem, our computers are hardwired, and there's no Wi-Fi signal in here other than our phones. Right, exactly. But we're reducing our Wi-Fi footprint. And this is very important. I'm sorry. This is very important. Avoid wireless keyboards, trackballs, mice, game systems. Isaac, game systems. He actually wired his game system, hardwired it. Printers, and house phones. Believe it or not, cordless phones are very, very high in radio frequencies that are not good for you. If you can, wire everything. And you know what? If you want to go to the next step, get the shielded wiring. The shielded wiring with metal connectors are even better, okay? But if you can't or you can't afford it, just go with the basic wiring. And that'll make a big difference again in your EMF exposure. If you must use Wi-Fi, shut it off when not in use, especially at night when you're sleeping, right? Because you don't want to interrupt your sleep. That's when your body's healing, okay? Ideally, it is best to work towards hardwiring your house so you can turn off the Wi-Fi at all times. If you have a notebook without any Ethernet ports, like the Apple does, the MacBook Pro, you can easily purchase an USB adapter, and it'll allow you to connect your internet cable, the Cat 5, 6, or 7 cable, to your computer without using a wireless connection. Yes, there are ways around it, okay? So please consider this. Again, I am highly adamant about EMFs because this is something that, again, only you can help yourself with. Doctors will not be able to.
Stevie had a good idea. She said we should have a class on how to take down cell towers.
Hey, Stevie, if you got any excess or extra C4 explosive, I am with you. Yeah, because I've considered about that too. You know what I mean?
Don't say explosive.
Yeah. Okay. Boom booms. Okay. C4 boom booms. There you go. You know what? Yeah, they're all around, especially in the schools. You ever look at your elementary school, middle school, and high schools? Man, I can't believe they're doing it to our children. You know, I can't believe that. This is wickedness at the highest rating. Okay, and again, we need to do something about it. I agree. Talk to our politicians. Talk to our representatives. You know, start something. You know what I mean? What?
I was gonna say, Holly, good luck with that one.
Yeah, I
because
know.
I've emailed our representative like 8 times, and then I've even called their office directly to talk to their assistant 3 times. Try to see. This was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Because we have huge towers just not less than a mile away.
Unless you have a big name with very deep pockets, you're not gonna get anywhere really. You know. But again, we do know the one who has the deepest pockets and the biggest name. That's God Almighty, and you know. God will help us. He will protect us. But at the same time, He'll also protect us by we using our noggins and learning how to shield ourselves. Okay. So again, turn off your electricity at night. Again, this typically works to reduce electric fields from the wires in your wall. Again, like I said, turn the breaker off. That's a great way to, especially at night. When the daytime comes, flick it back on. You can have all the power you want in the room. Just don't do it while you're sleeping. Because remember, when you're intermittent fasting, fasting is when you're sleeping, right? The first meal you have is what's it called? Break fast. You're breaking your fast. Whether you break your fast at 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock p.m. The whole idea is that you're fasting, okay? But when you do it, when you shut off the power at night when you're sleeping, the greatest benefits are coming your way, okay? And there you go. I just mentioned this earlier, and even before I read this. Use a battery-powered clock. Ideally one without any light, because you don't want any light in the room. You want it totally dark, okay? So a talking clock that Dr. Mercola merely presses a button to determine the time, never seeing any light at night. And I'm sure there might be some clocks out there you say, hey, Siri, what time is it? Oh no, you can't use Siri, that's Wi-Fi.
Just like Justin Mack was mentioning that he has a lot of wireless devices that he uses, but like you just said, you can use all of it. Just make sure you turn them all off at night.
There you go, JM.
And use your EMF blocker,
Use your EMF blockers at night too. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're trying here, and all we can do is try. Okay. If you use a microwave oven, how many of you still have a microwave oven? My wife's giving me this dirty look. I took it out of our kitchen and put it in our garage, and I put metal around the microwave so it won't radiate all that microwave frequencies back in the house. But it's still going in the food. That's your food is heated up by the molecules vibrating back and forth at a high speed. I know. There's sometimes you just like, man, I can't wait for that pot of rice, and we don't eat rice anymore. To cook, it takes 15 to 20 minutes. And when you're hungry, right? You got your what you call it again? Hanger. You're hangry, angry, and hungry at the same time, and that's a mood thing. Remember? So again, if you have to have a microwave, get it out of the house, put it in the garage, put it out in the backyard, put it under a small little shelter thing, because that does a lot of harm. Replace it with a steam convection oven, which will heat your food up just as quickly, but far more safely. Induction stovetop burners, microwave ovens are likely the largest EMF polluters in your home.
It's okay. I know how to get rid of our microwave. I'm going to do a science experiment using it.
All right.
No cats around.
How are we doing? Wow, did our hour disappear already? Okay, well, let's at least finish this up. Avoid using smart appliances and thermostats. Yes, the Wi-Fi, the one that you control with your phone. Smart TVs, not very smart. They're called smart because they emit a Wi-Fi signal, and unlike a computer, you are unable to shut the Wi-Fi signal off. Oh, did you know that? Smart TVs, you cannot shut off the Wi-Fi. Guess what? If you got a smart TV in your bedroom like I did, oh man, thank you, wife. She's so wise. She is so wise, I give her a lot of credit, I'm the dummy here. So for you husbands out there, stop being dummies, listen to your wives, okay? Let's see, what else? Refuse smart meters. Oh, so smart meter, your electrical meter? They're gonna start passing out smart meters so that they can take their readings, via Wi-Fi. Don't get it. That's not gonna be good. Again, you can put a shield on it, that'll help, but most smart meters are aimed at your neighbors, so it's not your Wi-Fi meter that's hurting you, it's your neighbor's one that's pointed at you that's actually hurting you. Might want to keep that in mind, okay? Let's see, consider moving your baby's bed into your room instead of using a baby monitor. Did you know baby monitors, the Wi-Fi type, elicit a high amount of RF, radio frequencies? Not good for your baby. If you have one of those devices where you put an iPad so your baby can watch it while it's in its little crib, that's even worse. Because what do you think an iPad is? It's an electronic device. And you're zapping your baby. So please do the research, okay? Hardwire baby monitor, that's safer. But if anything, hey, put the baby in a room with you. Oh, what? Does it wake you up at night? Moms, that's what nursing is all about, okay? Dads, you can't help there, okay? Moms, you can. But these are, again, things to consider when it comes to your baby. And please, your baby doesn't know any better, but you do. Okay. Replace CFL bulbs. You know what CFLs are, right? Those spiral little light bulbs that once you screw in, replace them with what? Incandescent bulbs. Wait, isn't incandescent bulbs old technology? Yes, it is. But it's safe technology because guess what? Yes, it uses a little bit more energy, but at what expense? The CFLs and the LEDs are hurting you physically. So your health, you're putting a price of pennies on your health, okay, for electric, you're on your electric bill. Don't do that. Change the bulbs out. And you know what's even more dangerous? If those CFLs fall and break, you know the mercury gas inside of them? Professionals say if it falls on the carpet, you actually cannot vacuum it up. You have to cut off that swatch and throw it out because the mercury in that thing, the mercury gas, is dangerous, lethal. It's like having mercury in your teeth. Oh, right, they call it amalgam, don't they?
Somebody's getting all their amalgams up.
We're being attacked left and right, guys. You need to know this. So CFLs, toss them out. They're not good anyway, especially if you break them, okay? Let's see. Not only do you emit unhealthy light, the CFLs, but more importantly, they will actually transfer current to your body by being close to the bulb. Oh yeah, if you wanted to get charged up, stand close to a CFL bulb, okay? Avoid carrying your cell phone on your body. Yep. You know how most girls, they put it over there in their bra like this?
Well, some girls.
Some girls, not most girls, some girls. But a lot of people out there have no idea. And then next thing you know, they find out they got breast cancer. Oh, do I have it on both breasts? No, just on that one. The one that you put your cell phone on, you know? Don't do that, okay? Oh, sorry. Hello? Okay, so avoid carrying your cell phone on your body unless it is in airplane mode. I still wouldn't, you know? And never sleep with it in your bedroom unless it's in an airplane mode. Again, leave these things outside of your bedroom. Let them charge in the hallway or the next bedroom or in the bathroom. Just keep it away. Yes, honey.
Stevie has a question. How do you spell it? The safe lighting? The safe type of lighting, please?
How do you what?
How do you spell it? There, you mentioned that there is
Oh, incandescent?
Yeah.
Incandescent. Let's see. Where is that incandescent? Right there. Incandescent. Incandescent. There's so many ways there. Incandescent bulbs. I-N-C-A-N-D-E cent. S-C-E-N-T.
Thank you, Terry. Terry
Yeah.
put it up.
Thank you, Terry. Again, it is old school and it is hotter, but it's safer as well. So keep that in mind. And they still sell them. They actually stopped selling it for a while, but I saw that they started selling them again. And so you can make sure you find that you have LED bulbs that look like incandescent. Make sure you read the label. Make sure it's incandescent, not LED. All right.
Shay wanted to know, do you know if there's mercury in fluorescent bulbs as well?
Yes. You're going to get some type of gas, mercury gas, argon gas inside fluorescents. So the CFLs are the small fluorescent ones, but you have the long fluorescent ones, the 2-foot tubes, the 4-foot tubes. Those are the types that are in the schools. You know, when we went to school, we always had those types. Yeah, if that puppy breaks, guess what you're exposing the kids to? Can you imagine why we're all sick now today? You know, so.
Yeah, I remember sitting in school and just feeling like my head was pounding.
Yeah.
Especially in the rooms where they had fluorescent lights.
Yeah. When it comes to carrying your cell phone, you know, even in airplane mode, it can emit signals, okay? And so you do want to be careful of that. This is the reason why you put your phone in a Faraday bag or, you know, a so-called container that is meant to keep the EMS from shooting out. So Lisa bought this online and she got it pretty cheap, from China. And again, we just share that with you because you know what? And if you don't know how, contact Lisa. She'll help you or she'll get it for you. I mean, whatever way. But we get a lot of stuff from China because it's everything's manufactured there. But you put the phone inside and now you're reducing your EMF signature by putting it inside here. I know we need this. We're so accustomed to it. But protect ourselves in the process. So again, my wife is the ultra economic, thrifty shopper in the world, only because I lead her that way. But she knows how to get the stuff cheap. We do everything on the cheap because we're cheap. But you know what? If money doesn't come around, you got to make the best you can, right? All right. All right. So where are we? Okay, here. When using your cell phone, use a speakerphone and hold the phone at least 3 feet away from you. Seek to radically decrease your time on the cell phone also. You know your cell phone, it comes with the earplugs, okay? This is not the wireless ones, these are wired earbuds, okay? Use those. I mean, they're safe. If you get the wireless type, you know, you notice how people have white things in their ears nowadays? That's not, you know, the cotton swabs that they forgot to take out. Those are actually like earbuds, for example, and they're based on Wi-Fi signals. It's going right through your skull from one ear to the other. What you think that's going to have an effect on your brain? You better believe it. You know, so don't use your phone like this, okay? Use the speakerphone or the earbuds that come with it, or get the ones that are safe. You know, if you don't have earbuds, you can order it. Again, this Dr. McCullough says to use below 30 minutes a month. Well, he uses his phone 30 minutes a month on his cell, mostly when traveling. Instead, use a VoIP. I said, what is that, VoIP? You know what that is? Software phones that you can use while connected to the internet via a wired connection. So again, you're using this, but you're actually connecting to a wired connection. And I'm not, Isaac's researching what VoIP is. We're trying to help here. And you guys really need to pay attention, because, you know, the only one's going to suffer is you, right? And we don't want to see that. We want to see the people that follow us to be as healthy spiritually and physically as possible, you know. And the physical, again, affects your mental status too, your hormones, your mood, your behavior, everything.
It stands for Voice over Internet Protocol.
Voice over Internet Protocol. Thank you, son.
It is the transmission of voice and multimedia content over an internet connection.
Okay, so you're actually using a wired internet connection. Okay, notice it's
allows users to make voice calls from a computer.
Yeah, if your computer is wired, then you're making a wired internet connection. That's the key now. You cannot use your computer when it's wireless, Wi-Fi hookup. No, that defeats the purpose. Just use your cell phone already. But if your computer is wired, then you can make a call through your computer, which is wired, and it's so much safer. That's the whole reason of doing the VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol. Okay, and that's gonna be it. Oh wait, you know what? I've gone this long. What's another 5-10 minutes? How many of you like to cook? I like to cook. Ditch, number 11, your non-stick cookware and other air polluting items. Average Americans spend 90% of their day indoors, where air pollution levels can be 5 times higher than outside. Did you know that? 2 primary sources of indoor air pollution are: 1, the materials used to construct a building itself and everything in it. Your home, the construction materials could actually be dangerous just in itself, okay? And that's something that I need to go into detail about, because, you know, you could be living in an old home that might have, you know, toxic chemicals in the materials, asbestos in the fire retardant in the ceiling. There's so many things that could jeopardize your health. But also, and the chemical products, okay. The other thing that you get exposed to daily, and it's often ignored, is your non-stick cookware. Right, you heard me, Teflon. There's a show on YouTube on DuPont, DuPont, especially on the cookware. It releases toxic per and polyfluoro alkyl. Barbara, I need your help. PFAS for short, okay? Substances when heated. A whopping 98% of Americans have PFAS in their blood. 98. So if there's 98 of us watching this show, 100 of us watching this show, only 2 of you are probably getting away scot-free because you don't cook, okay? In other words, if you cook and you have Teflon cookware, that's trouble. That is trouble. And you're saying, why? Why? Well, it's the chemicals that are in there, okay? PFAS has been linked to a number of serious conditions, including, do you have any thyroid issues in your life? Organ damage, cancer, infertility? Healthier options include, instead of Teflon, ceramic or enameled cast iron cookware. Yes, they'll be a little bit more pricier, and they'll probably stick a little bit more than the non-stick Teflon. But you know what? You're not going to be consuming the Teflon. You ever scratch the Teflon with a metal spatula or something, and you notice, oh, there's scratches in my cookware. Well, what is this thing peeling off? Guess what? That's the chemicals that makes it non-stick. Highly toxic, highly poisonous. All right? Again, ceramic or enameled. Okay, they're easy to clean, completely inert, which means that they won't release any harmful chemicals in your home when you're heating them up to cook. So yes, it's another small investment. Toss out the Teflon non-stick, and other so-called brands, that are non-stick, and get the ceramic or enameled. Okay, how to avoid it? Okay, here we go. Now, the PFAS is not only in your cookware. Okay, remember watching the commercials, brand new carpet commercials. The lady's walking with her glass of red wine on a nice white carpet, and she spills it. And you think, oh, it's the end of the world. No, she blocks it up, and there's no stain left. What is it treated with? A DuPont product, a Teflon type of product on the fibers of the carpet. So when it comes to buying new furniture or carpets, you better think twice what it's made out of. If there's any stain repellents on the carpet, guess what? You're buying cookware. Bet you didn't know that, right? Even furniture. And I'm saying, even IKEA, IKEA comes from Europe, right? Well, you got to know what they're made out of. I don't care who the company is and where they're coming from. New furniture has a lot of chemicals, glues and whatnot that are very toxic, okay? How about clothing? Like my raincoat, the lightweight raincoat. Well, guess what? Water and or stain repellent clothing. The tip-off is when an item is made with artificial fibers, especially when it's described as breathable. These are typically tested or treated with, Barbara will say that word later, a synthetic fluoropolymer. Thanks, Barb. Again, polytetrafluoroethylene. I did it. Okay,
Right.
so, items treated with flame retardant chemicals is another thing you might want to watch, especially a variety of baby items, padded furniture, mattresses, and pillows. Oh, what are we sleeping and putting our heads on? Pillows. What are we sleeping on? Mattresses. Everything is out to consume us. Okay? Instead, opt for naturally less flammable materials such as leather, wool, or cotton. Again, that's God's creation, leather, wool, and cotton. Okay? Now, if you thought you could get away with eating out, fast foods, or even nice restaurants, carry-out wrappers are typically treated with PFCs. Okay? Right there, PFCs. Okay? You can't win nowadays, can you? If you're going to go to the restaurant, and you have to go to the restaurant, bring your own Tupperware with you. Okay? And I'm not even saying a Ziploc bag, because Ziploc bags, I did a show on nano plastic particles. There's plastics in the air, in the food, in the bags, in so many things that we use that's getting into our body as well. It's really like a no-win scenario. I mean, it's getting that way anyway.
Well, the main thing is too, if you do have to use plastic, like plastic bags or whatever.
Yeah.
It's harmful, but it's not nearly as harmful if you put like really hot stuff in there, because then the plastic will melt and get into
No,
the
not all the
food
time.
easier.
Not all the time. There's different grades of plastic, and my wife had a good idea, but not all the time.
It's like Tupperware, because it's a harder
Oh, well, the
plastic.
harder plastics, yes, but the flexible plastics, guess what? Do you buy bottles of water or Gatorade or whatever plastic bottle? Guess what? Even those type of plastic bottles will give you nanoparticles into your body, and the body cannot actually expel it. It doesn't know what to do with it. Your liver saying, what is this? Well, I don't know, says your gallbladder. Yeah, they don't know what to do with it. It can be expelled. And yet, studies have shown that we're consuming one credit card. You know what a credit card looks like? That amount of plastic every month. Yes, I know you didn't think you were, but you are. Okay? And that's how sneaky that they're doing it. Okay? Back to the program. I got 5 more minutes to make it an hour and a half program. But microwave popcorn, I totally disagree with microwave popcorn. And here it says PFCs may be present in the inner coating of the bag, but may also migrate to the oil from the packaging during heating. Guess what kind of oils they have inside there? Seed oils. Remember number 2 on today's list? Seed oils. Might be canola oil, even worse. Okay. Just don't eat popcorn. I mean, they say use the old-fashioned stovetop. I'm saying just don't eat popcorn. Period. Actually, really, there's no benefit. There's no nutritional benefit from popcorn. Okay. Non-stick cookware. Again, here we are with non-stick cookware, ceramic or enameled. We've been there. A newer type of non-stick cookware, remember, like I said, Teflon, is called Duralon. That's the name of it. It uses a non-fluoridated nylon polymer for its non-stick coating. Guess what? It's still not good for you. Okay? Just put a lot of butter on your pan. Okay? A lot of butter when you cook things. Butter is good for you. Okay? While some recommend using aluminum, stainless steel, or copper cookware, I don't, for the following reasons. And this is Dr. McCullough. Aluminum is a strongly suspected causal factor in Alzheimer. Stay away from aluminum. I mean, don't touch it. Don't work with it as much as possible. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna pull out some aluminum foil, wrap this meal, cook in it. Okay, guess what? Some things you can't get away with. But parchment paper does the same thing as aluminum foil. Use parchment paper to cook with. You know, far safer. Stainless steel has alloys containing nickel, chromium, molybdenum, and carbon. We have stainless steel. I think I'm going to have to get the enamel. Guess what? I have to buy enamel cookware now. Okay? My wife's smiling. She's happy. Okay. For those with nickel allergies, this may be particularly important consideration because, again, you don't want nickel in your body if especially you're sensitive to it or allergic to it. Copper cookware is also not recommended because most copper pans come lined with other metals, creating some concerns noted above. Copper cookware must be lined due to a possibility of copper poisoning. And I mentioned earlier, taking copper supplements to combat excessive iron. Now, that's different from copper cookware. You can't regulate how much copper you're taking in this way. With a supplement, you can. And that'll help, again, balance out your iron. Not to say that you shouldn't go and donate blood. You still should, especially if you're in the senior category like I am. Again, there you go. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. I'm going to stop here. We got 6 done today, 6 last week. We're on our way. Again, a lot to consider, a lot to think about, to pray about, and then look at your pocketbook and say, can I afford it? You know what I mean? Some things are small, some things are big. You need to make the best judgment call, but at least being knowledgeable and aware of it is half the battle. All right? So with that, Lisa, is there anything else you want to come and join us? So all our dear friends and moderators can go to sleep. Sorry to affect your circadian rhythm.
Justin Mack clocked out already. He's tired. He said he wants to make sure he gets his 7 hours of sleep.
Justin Mack, you are the wise man when you watch this show later on. Okay.
I think he's the furthest east.
Oh yeah.
Besides Terry, Todd, you must be tired too.
Yeah.
Thank you guys all for joining us, and Tammy, of course. You guys are all hanging in there.
Yeah.
We appreciate all you guys. You know, it's so nice to see all of you sharing really good ideas in the chat too.
Yeah. Thanks for the questions and comments. It's very helpful. This is a community effort. You know. Yeah. I'm the front man that's bringing it up, but you guys are also contributing a lot. And Lisa shares that with me. And so again, we wouldn't be here without you. So thank you for your contributions. Thank you for being who you are, our brothers and sisters in Christ. We're very, very grateful, and we're blessed.
Yeah.
And one day, again, we hope to look forward to meeting up with all of you, especially during Zen Garcia's coming in next year.
Oh, the conference.
The conference.
Yes.
Zen is having a conference,
Well,
right?
They're talking.
They're planning about it. So,
Yeah.
so we will be there if they have it, because they invited it. They actually want us to be speakers. We'll see how far that goes. But we'd love to meet you in person. You know. So again, keep that in mind. If you can start saving your pennies, dimes, and nickels, you know, till next year, then maybe, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's possible, right?
They don't have a location yet, so but yeah.
Let's recommend Hawaii during the winter time. I'm sure a lot of people, freezing
During the
people,
winter time.
would love to come to Hawaii when it's freezing.
That'd be more expensive.
I know, I know. Well, wherever it's done, again, Joy's in charge of all of that, and Justin. It'll be a great way to meet all of you. Again, you guys are a blessing to us.
Oh,
So,
definitely.
shall we close in prayer?
Okay, go
All
ahead.
right. Oh, Father, thank you for this opportunity to share with my brothers and sisters, our brothers and sisters. We're blessed again to have them. And that we can, again, provide a home for people that desire fellowship, desire wisdom and knowledge that comes from you, O God, in how to best maintain our temple, to keep it pure and holy, and to prolong it, to allow it to live as long as possible till you personally call us home. That'll be a glorious day. So, Father, again, bless them all. Watch over their week. Protect them, guard them, especially, Lord, from all the dangers that we've gone over today. And, Lord, hopefully a plan will be put into action that will help restrict all the evil toxins and bad things out there coming into their lives as well. We just, again, praise you and glorify you. We thank you endlessly, for you are, again, the matchless name, Yeshua HaMashiach, by the power of the Ruach HaKodesh, to the glory of Abba the Father. And we all say, amen and amen. Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll see you guys Saturday. Y'all willing? Have a great week.
Shaloha.
Shaloha.
Thank you for your patronage.